to share something with you that helped me in my recovery. It's from Psalms 103. Talks about the Lord's mercy and his forgiveness. It says, "Bless the Lord, my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, my soul, and do not forget any of his benefits, who pardons all your guilt, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with favor and compassion, who satisfies your years with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles." That's Psalms 103, verses 1 through 5. And what really spoke to me about that was that somebody gave me something once that to read that talks about eagles and how every year they molt their feathers, and the story behind the being renewed like the eagles is talking about when they molt and lose their feathers, they get these calcium deposits on their beak to where they can't use their sharp beaks, and let's get them on their talons, so they can't use their sharp talons. Their flight feathers fall out. They lose a whole bunch of their feathers, and they're actually on the ground. You know, eagles, that's their thing. They soar. That's how they hunt. That's how they live. When they're losing their feathers, they're on the ground. They can't fly. They're vulnerable to prey. They can't hunt. And as they're down there, they rub their beaks against rocks and their talons and stuff like that, and it takes those calcium deposits off of them and makes them sharper and stronger and just, you know, ready to go attack again and hunt and do whatever they need to do. And their feathers grow back and they're able to be renewed like the eagles, which causes them to be able to go and soar and hunt. And that really reminds me of addiction. I dealt a lot with depression. I dealt a lot with guilt. I dealt a lot with shame. But, you are renewed like the eagles. My life has changed so much since I got sober. I mean, I never used to be able to carry $1 in my pocket without going to go get high with it. I went, I was so hopelessly lost. I mean, I started out, just drinking a beer, and it led to everything else, to the point where by the end of my addiction, I mean, we were buying an ounce of Coke every day, 10 or 15 oxy pills, 10 or 15 ecstasy pills, smoking weed and drinking all at the same time, every day. I used to get $10,000 in credit off my dope man every month. Now, I'm not saying that to glorify my addiction. I'm trying to say that that's where I came from. That's where, that's the point I was at. And today, I have almost 16 years since the last time I used drugs. And it's been a little less than that since I quit drinking, because while I was in prison, I still drank hooch once in a while. But, that lasted for a couple of years. It was a process of getting off that. And I don't recommend that for anybody. I want to say I'm not a drug counselor. I'm not, a therapist or anything like that. What I am is an addict that has recovered and is living a life of sobriety today. And I just wanted to share that with you. And, I hope as this channel grows that I can just keep sharing some things with you that, have, some of the things that I went through in my life. I tried to start up a treatment center of sorts for a while, and then COVID came and kind of wiped that all out. But I watched so many people think that they can, quit using, but they're going to do this or they're going to do that. You have to completely change your life in order to break this. And And it might not come overnight, but it will happen. And if you fall down, get up, dust yourself off, and try again. It's the only way you can do it. I went through rehab 8 times before I got to where I am today. And today, it's not even a part of my life. I've talked more about drugs and thought more about my addiction and stuff, and since I started making this channel, than I have in years. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I run into my old dope boys and stuff. I don't have any desire to do that. I never want to go back to that life. That was the most miserable time in my life, and I am so happy now, and I have a new life. I have a great job, and I have a beautiful wife, great grandchildren. I would never go back to that lifestyle again.